speed right off the bat. You've got Enigma, shoving things in along with 2 supports who come online pretty quickly. But on the other side, Boom has some great combos with this Soulbind, Double Doom, Inkswell with Doom, Pango, even the Sven helping Sven keep on top of targets. Sven, a hero who comes online. You got this Undying who's pretty strong, right? So I think this laning stage could be really big if someone manages to win 2 to 3 lanes. Like, they could just snowball the whole thing. But of course, some of these fights might get messy. Speaking of which, maybe we're gonna get a fight right off the bat.
Smoke does pop. He did get the ward off before the smoke popped, though, so I don't know if they are aware that he's got this good ward. The sentry's actually on the other side, as it is going to be used to block the hard camp, but that means they just do not find the ward. Is he blocking the medium camp with that? I can't tell.
30 seconds to battle.
I don't think so. I don't think as a camp you need to block in this particular matchup anyway, so probably just sticking it right outside for the vision. All right, maybe it'll just be a quiet level 1 bounty runes then. Enigma not usually. Well, actually, I say that he's better now, isn't he? Now that you don't need creeps for demonic summoning, he's much better at rune fights than he used to be.
Yeah, it's like Enigma previously is like, I'm gonna go sit right at a tower and deny your ranged creep. Like, this was the most high level gameplay for so long. You're just like, oh, I have done my job mid lane. You have won your lane. Congratulations.
Yeah, which I love. Actually, you see him doing it anyways with these Eidolons, and he did meet his creeps very early because it goes back to that Undying, right? He's going to get Equilibrium to come back as quickly as possible, and you actually see Sven doing the exact same thing. Some very high-level decision-making here. Usually it's pretty dangerous to block too early as a safe lane, because if you actually make the creeps go under your tower, you're in a bad spot, because it'll shove out too fast. But he recognizes, like, Enigma's gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and now the creeps just meet in pretty much the exact same spot as usual.
Perfect spot there for the Sven. It's exactly what he wants. Let's talk about mid lane. So Dragon Knight versus Pango. He's gone for the early point refire. Will actually be a little bit annoying for the Pangolier to grab that early CS just because the damage reduction. I mean, it is a lot of damage reduction, 30% at all levels, right? So we'll take a little bit of harassment damage in these first couple levels, as of course Shield Crash great at pushing the lane as well. But yeah, Slade's doing okay. Got 2 denies on the Pango already.
Yeah, I think as Dragon Knight picks up a couple more points, well, actually not everyone gets more points in Dragon's Blood. He's getting really harassed here actually before he picked up that first Dragon's Blood point. But I was gonna say he usually would win the war of attrition thanks to that passive, but maybe taking a little bit too much damage before he actually picked it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's just really cool plays from the Pango. I don't know how I guess when he's like had the creep number advantage, he was actually just auto attacking the Dragon Knight, and he's perfectly fine doing that. Does happen to get the double range creep tonight, which is very nice. Top lane, we're seeing Kaz and Schofield have a little fun. Good bushwhack there. The Eidolons have split though, so Panda needs to be a little bit careful. Bottom lane gyro falling super low as well. I mean, we're gonna see, I mean, there's gonna be a kill here soon. I can feel it, man. Like, one of these heroes is gonna just get slightly out of position and die, because you can punish in a lot of these lanes.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. There's gonna be a lot of action in both these side lanes.
One of the things that like definitely benefits a Dragon Knight in the mid lane is just the fact that you never really have to build bottle, right? Like, this is a hero that just chills, like can build double bracer, just straight into treads if he wants to even the double bracer.
Yeah, we used to sometimes see bottle or soul ring because mana is a little bit of a struggle for Dragon Knight, but now with this Mage Slayer build that has become more popular, you don't need it as much anymore because the Mage Slayer does give you some mana regen.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, you can always go for like a Falcon Blade if you really want one.
Yeah, you got some early options now, and neutrals actually. There's a couple neutrals that give some mana regen as well.
Ooh, Schofield's got to be careful. Well,
Looking down from the blood
Is
grenade.
it gonna be enough? It is. Wow, what a sick grab there from Panda. I love Undying's first bloodline.
Yeah, it's great. Let's get some good lines. Same time in the bottom lane. Very close fight.
Well stunned. Yeah, I mean, it's going to trade 1-for-1. K1 getting a very nice kill, getting some good damage into Illich here as well. But since this is Bloodseeker, you're going to have a ton of wand charges available in this lane. So Doom not really under that much pressure, and his Helm of Iron will be coming out here in just a little over 100 gold. Top lane Pekaz, got to be careful. The Eidolons almost bring him down, gets the wand off just underneath the tower there.
They're trying to kill him. Yeah, being a melee hero, it's got some pros and cons. On one side, it's easy to get harassed. The downside, oh man, we got kills everywhere actually.
Okay, so 1-for-1 trading once again in the bottom lane. Sven does end up finally falling top. I think that was more of like a gimme death. But the dive here at this tier 1, he will back off on K1. He basically was like just sitting too low, didn't want to send out a salve, but I think he was just over it. He's like, all right, whatever, I'm gonna die and come back to lane. This bottom lane is spooky for both of these heroes. Is Scorched Earth plus the Infernal Blade spam is keeping the Bloodseeker low, but oh, great fort on the wave there. That was very smart.
They're both pushing the limits so much here. All right, he's gonna get some time under his tower to heal up though with his passive.
Yep, and that's exactly what he needed. He just needed the patience there to wait, and Doom's gonna go sit next to his tower, heal up with the Helm of Ironwill.
6-minute runes coming up. We see a lot of supports coming in, both for heroic. Okay, actually Undying's on the way here, but I think he might be a little too late. No, his timing might be perfect actually. What do I know? The pros know the timing exactly.
Analog has his level 6, gets some harassment damage into the Pangolier. We'll be able to start working on the tower as the rune's going to spawn bottom. An illusion rune, not the most useful here, especially for a support gyrocopter, but it is basically a walking ward. Tombstone dropped on the left side here of this tower as Analog will have to turn his attention over to it. Brings that one down. Goes to KJ actually. But the catapult, you're going to have to find a way to grab this. They do aggro the wave away, which is absolutely what they need to do. But without a fortification, Dragon Knight will just decide to tank the tower. Okay, they got it.
He took 3 points in that dragon's blood. He feels fine.
Dragon Knight once again proving to be very difficult to deal with on that first level 6, as long as you bring the numbers, right? I mean, you bring both supports here. They bring, you know, Undying and Grimstroke, and there's nothing that they can do about it.
And he's using his early passive to just play for so many denies. We see that the Radiant actually has a lot of denies up over the Dire, and so because he was 6 and Pango did not, if Pango had roll, they probably could defend that tower, clear out the creep waves even if they don't get a kill. But being stuck at level 5 during that entire push, he just couldn't do anything about it.
1-for-1 trade on the wisdom runes, I believe, right? Yeah, no one trying to steal them. Net worth wise, it is a 3,000 gold lead here for heroic, not necessarily from any like stylish kills or anything. They are just crushing the CS game. All 3 of their cores at 40 CS and above. The closest is Sven at 38, and he is in some trouble in this top lane as he will get caught by a black hole. And KJ rotating on over for some fun, grabbing the last hit. And you talked about this, Sven being melee, the threat of the black hole is very scary.
Yeah, it's, well, I don't know, maybe he can come back because now black hole's down, but at the same time we might just see him head to the jungle pretty soon, because I don't think this tower will live too much longer unless they bring a lot of heroes. Oh well, Dragon Knight's on his way up. I don't see this tower living much longer.
Analog's here to definitely make sure the tower goes down, so yeah, the Eidolons, he's got his Vlads already done, by the way, on Divine Llama. This is a ridiculously fast Vlads. Had this completed in about 8 minutes.
Ooh. Wait, Rupture in the mid lane.
Slatums.
Trying to get to his tier 2.
So give me that little bit of extra armor. Comes in with a shield crash, swashbuckles as well. Has a haste rune to follow this one up, and now they will punish it. K1 in so much trouble.
Damn.
Dude, what a sick bait from Slatums.
Yo, Slatums. What a player. Not analog,
Can they actually
actually.
get analog though? I don't
Surrounded?
know. I mean, there's no way they have the damage that just
No,
those two.
okay.
Yeah.
They're gonna chill. All right, well, I was just about to talk how everything was coming together here. We got that early Vlad, Mage Slayer on the way for Dragon Knight very shortly, right? And they could just go together. But they actually find a nice kill on the Bloodseeker and the Hoodwink. It's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, he had ruptured up the Doom earlier in the bottom lane, and Illich just stood there, 3-point Scorched Earth with the Helm of Ironwell, being like, yeah, I'll fight you. I don't really care. Like, I won't move. Bottom lane, there it is. Doom comes out, and he actually has the Frost attack as well. Gyrocopter being very fast with Boots Windlace. He's going to try and just deny himself, but no. Kill will go to the Doom. And top lane, is that another? No, it wasn't even a black hole. Doom has to TP out bottom now. That's just the damage from these, 4 points idle. Okay, Slatums. He's tired of seeing those. But 4 points.
That's a nice thing about
the acorn shot. Wow.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about Pango. You can at least clear these Eidolons from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought Mage Slayer was on the way. He was just finishing the Oblivion stuff. Mage Slayer a little later. Okay, I thought I was like, damn, what a fast Mage Slayer. They're definitely good to go.
Yeah, that would have been
a little later than I thought.
That would have been nuts. He's still really farmed though. He's at 5K at the 10-minute mark. I mean, that's kind of like the dream if you're, playing a core role, right? That's kind of like that juicy number. But for the mid lane DK to be having this good of a game, he is 0-0-0. So a lot of a lot of real flashy stuff coming out from him. But
yeah, I mean that's your first pick DK as well.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
your very first pick, still having this level of farm and impact. He helped take 2 towers. Like you said, no actual kills yet, but he's an objective gamer.
Yeah, he's got his Mage Slayer now, so did not take too long.
Oh, this is pretty interesting. You see Enigma, he's grabbing the Blink pretty early. Lately, we've seen a lot of Enigmas delay this and just pick up these auras that you just walk at the enemy. But I'm thinking this time he wants to help try to catch out that Pango and Doom, maybe even the Sven before the spells come out. So he's going to try to get that Blink Black Hole.
And here's the smoke too. This is... the thing is, like, Schofield, it has not really left the Enigma in this top lane after that mid tower fell. Like, they've kind of just been together trying to put pressure on the Sven or whoever they find. And mid lane, they are going to see the Sven, so Davai Lama, if he can close the gap here, would love to get the black hole, but up onto the high ground he goes. Davai Lama will walk in, ends up finding Panda, a little bit of an oopsie there with the ult. Does he die? No, not enough damage
Quite
there.
enough.
Yeah, a little bit of an oopsie. Sometimes Midnight Pulse, a little bit of anti-synergy there with the Hoodwink.
They are going to get a D ward for his 4-man rotation. But they're heading bottom, and they're going to try to take this tower. But actually, Pango and Grimstroke are smoked up and coming through the Twin Gate. They might try to fight this.
Good wraparound. If they happen to get a good Soulbind into Doom here, this would be massive. The problem is Analog's got a shield rune, and he is taking this tower very quickly. We'll see if they manage to find anyone, or if they're just going to be too late. Yeah, tower's gone.
Bloodseeker's left, so this is a 5-on-4 if they initiate.
Pango, Rolling Thunder will find Schofield here. He's going to start looking for more on the backside, and there's going to be a nice jump in from Grimstroke. The Inkswell for the stun. Illich, will he close the gap? He's trying to get the double Doom. Won't get it, but they will still take down the Enigma. Analog turning back around. The Doom gonna get interrupted there by the gyrocopter, and Illich will fall. He can't find his opening, and K1 on the Bloodseeker, he left for a moment, but this guy, he is fast as all hell. He's gonna just chase these guys down one by one. Looking for Panda next. The Undying, quite tanky though, 2100 HP, sitting on 24 decay stacks. So he will get away. Ends up being a 2-for-2 trade.
Yeah, pretty even in the end, I guess. I guess Boom's happy with that, being 4K behind.
Well, KJ stealing your Wisdom Rune is pretty unfortunate.
Ooh, not happy with that. Okay, I'll tell you what. Dragon Knight's finding this amplified damage rune. They never actually used Black Hole because he got killed before he could get it off, and Blink is pretty close on Dragon Knight, so we might just see them group up again and try to take another fight.
I could see that. I would like that. He almost had, well, I guess he's just hit level 11, so he's kind of far away from the level 2 dragon form. But yeah, Divine Llama with the Blink Vlad's done. Would definitely like to see this get put to good use. Otherwise, it feels really bad, you know, buying a Blink Dagger this early on the Enigma as opposed to something like a Drums. That would not only accelerate your farm, but just get you around the, like, having that active in the aura for team fights, stuff like that.
Yeah, if you buy an early Blink, especially on a big team fight hero, you want the big team fights, or at least, you know, maybe not the full 5-on-5, but you want to find a couple kills here. If it's just a farming Blink, like, there would have been better items for that. But we do see them smoke up. Dragon Knight not in the smoke, maybe gonna act as the bait. He actually didn't build a Blink. He's actually just choosing to go for the Manta.
All right.
I kind of like it because Enigma has the Blink, but they're now away from the Dragon Knight.
Oh, they see Knight. It's not the hero that they would really like to get. His Divine Llama is looking for this Doom on the backside. The Drums actually comes out from the gyrocopter, and Illich, nice dodge out, will TP to safety. So, not the kill you were hoping for, but it might open up the tier 2 on the top side if the Dragon Knight wants to make the rotation. I say that, and they ping mid immediately. And
they never got to use this Black Hole.
Well,
He still wants to use it.
Yeah. Well, they will get the Undying now, so Panda will fall.
He still hasn't used it. Let's go, guys. Keep going. I gotta Blink Black Hole something.
The meme, right? You know,
yeah.
It's like sometimes not using it is better, but I mean, realistically, you definitely want to use the Black Hole. But if you don't have to, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep getting kills without it, that's great. Yeah. But as long as you can threaten it, you do kind of want to, like, hey, Analog, keep pushing that tower, keep baiting people in. I want to Blink Black Hole. I say that, but they're kind of actually scattered, so maybe he's actually perfectly fine farming.
Boom on the top side here, gonna smoke up with 3. They don't have the Doom though.
Oh, if they killed
Doom did go back from Midas. They managed to close the gap, get on top of him. The Inkswell, more than enough to help find this kill. He does have the shard as well, so instantly dispelling that Malefice is really nice. That's a great kill.
All right, guys, I still have Black Hole once I'm up. Let's keep going. Well, Manta will be done by the time he's up. This Dragon Knight really is farming quite fast. He's going to be very scary. Now with the level 2 ult, maybe that's the timing they wanted. You know, he's like, I'm only level 11. I'm almost at this Manta. Let me just finish this, and then I'll go with you. And actually, Manta finished on Bloodseeker as well.
Oh, wow, he does have it. I'm looking at Pakaz now on the Sven, and he's been having like a pretty good time recovering. Like, he is catching up to this DK and this Bloodseeker. He's got the Echo Saber, Mask of Madness. He's got the Blink queued up next, as well as his BKB. Mid lane, we are seeing potentially some threat coming through here as DK pops the Dragon form. Smoke up right on the ground, though. Blocked by Gyro. The Rolling Thunder. It's going to get constantly canceled. The Inkswell will be able to dispel, but there's the Black Hole from the bottom. He's got Slade's number. He's got Grimstroke as well. An incredible solo play there from the Enigma. Gyrocopter is going to take a lot of damage here from this Sven Malefice back out. That's going to kite him around. You've even got the Rupture holding the Sven in place. Yeah, finally, Gyrocopter goes down, but Panda's in trouble. Rupture's still got about a second and a half on it, and because he's got to run. He's going to make it to safety, but it's lost 3 heroes now for the side of Boom, and the only casualty is this support Gyro.
We finally used the black hole. Got to. That's good. That's what he was looking for. He didn't see that gyro there, but he felt good. He just let them go first, go find the targets, and I'll be there to back you up with the black hole. Because did get his blink, so this might now start to open up their potential comeback in these fights. If he can just burst people down like this Enigma before the black hole can come out, that could be good for them. I think that's kind of what they need to look for. This double soulbind.
He's gonna also need his BKB because, like, in this last fight, Grimstroke was dead. He got Malefist and then Ruptured, and it's like he didn't move for like 10 seconds. Like,
that is true. Yeah.
Really sad. You finished Mage Slayer on the Pango though, so that's, you know, one of the big item timings for this guy. As he is opting to forego the Lincolns. He says, screw it. If I get Ruptured, I get Ruptured. At least it's not on the Sven. And that's honestly not a bad mindset this game, is being, you know, maybe Sven's the one that you actually need to Rupture in these fights. So we'll see.
Doom working on his Shivas, but we'll probably see some blinks later. I feel like from him and Grimstroke. Yeah, Grimstroke's got us queued up because you don't want to have to slowly walk in and soulbind Doom, right? You want both these heroes to be able to do this quickly once you see the right targets. Blink, soulbind, Doom into then your blink, ulted, Sven trying to like burst everyone. So yeah, there'll be some strong timings coming up here. Maybe they do just have to wait for that.
A relatively slow Roche, but they will get it. Bring in the numbers. Okay, it's actually going quite a bit faster now with the Bloodseeker and the Eidolon split.
Boom might have been able to fight it. Pit is a great place for Pango roll, and there isn't actually any black hole for a few more seconds, but either they didn't know what was happening or they just don't think it's worth engaging yet without that BKB and blink for their different heroes, so they're just going to give up that Aegis. You're going to see Heroic start to just try to clear out some tier 2s. Enigma will just sit in the back and watch Bloodseeker and Dragonite whack away at it.
Okay, well, I think right now Heroic in pretty good position. It's only a 3k gold lead, so it's not like they are substantially ahead at this point, but they are definitely feeling pretty confident, especially with the fact that they've got the Blink Dagger, BKB almost done on the Enigma. But Analog is getting closer and closer to that Aghanim Scepter. Well, that Lincoln's is done on the Bloodseeker, actually. So Doom is not an option now.
They're looking quite scary. You can never fully count out a Sven, though. One mistake where you're all standing a little bit too close. Sven just cleaves a lot of you, but he doesn't have any crit yet, so a little less damage potential there. Going to still need some help from the spell combo of his teammates. But once he does get that BKB, and I imagine like either a Daedalus or maybe a Shadow Blade. Oh, sorry, actually that one doesn't have crit anymore. I gotta keep up with all these changes. I always forget for a moment.
I forget that. I mean, that one just like, yeah. I mean, I imagine they'll just go Daedalus. Yeah, it's like, it's just gonna be a Daedalus, I imagine. BKB from the disassemble, so he can always go back to the Echo Saber if he wants, which he will. The Tormentor Shard here goes to K1 of all people. Wow, interesting. Did he drop item? No, they've just bought all of their shards. Wow, okay. So Schofield, KJ, and Devilama had all bought their shards.
I mean, they have good shards, so I get it.
Yeah, they really do. It's like Gyrocopter, that's like his thing, right? If you're playing support Gyro, you're just buying the shard. Oh, the Hurricane in from the support creep. Oh, I mean, dude, honestly, neutral creeps are such a menace sometimes because it's like they know if heroes are nearby, invis or smoked, and they'll just cast spells on you for no freaking reason at all. Just hurricanes the Grimstroke to his death. That's good stuff.
Dire's middle tower.
All right, I mean, with that, they're feeling comfortable. They're going to start poking at this high ground, it looks like. Or maybe we'll see them do something that we saw Nouns do before, which is that don't risk it, just keep sending these Dragonite Manta illusions in.
Oh, well, Schofield on the backside managed to get away. The Rupture comes out from K1 onto Illich. Slade's rolling through with this. Sven is just dead. Black Hole committed onto the rolling Pango. They still had it available. K1 runs in, does force a little bit more. They're looking for Knight. Divine Llama will not grab the Doom, but 4 are dead on your high ground. And you have a fortification to buy a little bit of time here, but oh my goodness, what a play here from the side of Heroic.
I think there's going to be 2 sets here. Even they have one more fortify, but there's still a lot of time on these death timers.
Yeah, I think what happened to Bakaz, because he definitely had a BKB when he jumped in to try and get Schofield, and he got Malefist, and then I don't know what else stunned him. I'm trying to look at his death summary.
Maybe was it Dragonite?
Oh, there we go. Oh, it was Dragonite. Yeah, Dragonite stunned him, and the homing missile permanently stunned him as well.
The thing is, I'm sure people are laughing no BKB, but I mean, he had Black Hole anyway, so even if it wasn't that, they probably still could have controlled him up and killed him. And Pango wouldn't be able to roll into the Black Hole to save him, so... yeah, I mean, it probably goes better with the Black Hole, though, or with the BKB. But I think Heroic just pushing the advantage they have. They didn't quite finish this middle racks, but actually it's totally fine. You'll just send in the Manta Illusions to wrap that up later.
Man, the amount of damage Boomerang is adding to some of these spells is wild. Obviously, it helped bring down the Sven there, right? Like, he didn't get the BKB off, so the Boomerang amping like 20% of extra spell damage from the Sharpshooter, as well as obviously the Midnight Pulse and everything that he was standing under. So... 15,000 gold lead all of a sudden for the side of Heroic. I mean, it was close. It was very close. Only about 3,000-ish, 4,000 difference between these two teams before that high ground fight. And I guess you don't have Black Holes, so they're smoking out. Boom. What do you think they've got to do here?
Well, Sven is working on the Crystallis. Heroic's been pretty good. They have not given up very many kills lately. So usually the strength of this Grimstroke early is that you can find these small skirmishes at the start, especially with a hero like Doom and, you know, like Soulbind, Double Doom. Like, how do you fight back? But they just haven't really been able to find that this game. And I think that's sort of what they need to look for to come back to start, you know, get a couple pickoffs. Heroic won't push without their full lineup, but Heroic is playing this really, really well. They're all sticking together, avoiding these moves by Boom. So I mean, it is what Boom can do, but besides that, they're just gonna have to wait for the high ground. Yeah, there's the Dragonite illusion finishing off another barracks.
It's just gonna keep happening too. Like the DK spam from these illusions is just so scary. He also happened to find an illusion rune, not just a Manta, right? So these things last freaking forever and do a good chunk of damage.
Yeah. Like, even a Sven is having trouble killing off this Dragonite illusion. It's taking him a few seconds there.
Oh boy. Just a quick solo kill there for the Enigma. Not too difficult, honestly, as he's just got plenty of damage. But I hear a Rupture in the base. Throw onto the Doom here. K1 not gonna chase. I don't really blame him. He's all alone.
Yeah.
But just kind of forcing the Doom back, it looks like. Doom did finish up his Shivas on his way to his BKB. I mean, that's a nice pickup. It's a lot of damage if they happen to get the double Doom here. Like, let's not forget about the fact that there is still Grimstroke Doom. If they happen to get their opening on the correct targets, like, the fight could easily go Boom's way.
Oh, for sure, if they find the right targets. That's the hard part right now for them. It's probably going to need to involve some kind of wraparound when Heroic comes to push up this high ground. Like, they catch the back line, they find the Enigma, and maybe Bloodseeker waiting to go in. That could be the way they win the fight.
This is also the level 18 Dragon now.
Yeah, and they're just throwing Lincolns on him too.
Sven? He's just dead. Oh no! The save from Panda. Oh, but he's got to get out of the tombstone. The quick blink out. He's safe. Okay. That was, I mean, it wasn't like they were really committing to try and get the Sven. It was like a just kind of poking here and there, and it just so happened that the stun hits perfectly from the missile.
Casually, accidentally killing the enemy carry, almost.
Well,
I can't believe he blinked out of that in the middle of Midnight Pulse, but I guess the pulse not a very consistent damage, so it didn't profit.
They just GG out. They actually just don't know how to take a fight here, and I don't really blame them. Like, you're about to get mega creep. Savaya Llama just throwing a black hole for fun that they finally get the Doom. But yeah, that is an overwhelming presence here from Heroic as they're just sitting there on the high ground.